If you have a Somnomed appliance, typically Somnomed, they like to have they manufacture a little kind of signal on the logo on the side. That's important to note because if we ever have any sort of problem, this particular company, they want to know what the serial number is, which is printed actually on your appliance, and we would need this number to tell us what it is. There's kind of two main styles from this company that we will use. One of them has a bar on the side, and one of them has like a little shark fin on the side. So the two pieces are separate, but there's a shark fin. So just a couple things to make note of with this. If you have the adjustment is similar, but if you have the one with the bar, you'll notice there's an arrow here that's pointing up. Right there on the back. And then on the other side, there's also an arrow that's pointing up. So look at the direction of the arrow. That's going to tell you which way to turn it. This has a little millimeter marker, and we're looking at, if I want to know where you're at, we're looking at, there's a screw right here with a line that's a little bit hard to see, but right there's a line, and that's going to tell us how far forward you've moved it. Your little adjustment key, which looks like this, comes in the bottom of your case, your carrying case, and that little white component, okay? So when we adjust, there's this little tiny holes all the way towards the back here. We're going to stick the key into the hole, and then we're going to crank it up. A quarter crank would be considered one turn, and then a new hole will appear, and then we're going to crank another one, okay? So it takes 10 cranks per millimeter. Typically, we're going to do 5 turns at a side. As we turn, if I do 5 turns, this little piece is going to start to move forward, which is going to push the jaw forward. So be mindful of that. Whatever you do to this side, you do the same thing to this side, and you're just going in the direction of the arrow with the quarter turn. Now, if you have the one that looks more like a shark fin, okay, same thing. There's an arrow pointing on one side, pointing up, and on this side, trick, it's pointing down, okay? So you got to be mindful of which direction the arrow is. If you're turning towards the arrow, that's going to be advancement. It's the same concept where you're going to stick the key into the little tiny hole, and then make a quarter turn until a new hole appears. If you're going towards the arrow, either down or up, that's going to be advancing. On this, there's a little piece that's going to start to push out, this little block. This whole block will start to move, which will move the jaw forward. And then some of them, you'll have to look. This is not the exact correct model, but the fin themselves also has a number, an L or a R, and a 0, a 1, or a 2, or a 3. And with those, we can actually even pull the fin off, where you'll take the, kind of back into the screw, and there's a little hole here that you'll push into the fin, and it will pop the whole fin off. And then we put a new whole fin on, and so that's something that I would help you with. But this little block piece is going to be the easiest way to do it at home, and you'll only advance it. It can only go about 3 millimeters before we need to start changing the fin. So be mindful, if that is your appliance has a little number on the side of the fin, you need to let me know so I can help with more advancement. But again, it's 5 turns on both of these styles, 5 turns per 1/2 millimeter, and you're just using the key to turn it towards the direction of the arrow for a forward movement of the jaw.